we expected to draw the plan, the front elevation, and then the side view of an M30 bolt. So that's to say that the nominal diameter of the bolt is 30. So first we start with the plan, and then the plan of the bolt is hexagonal in shape. So we'll first draw a hexagonal shaped head. So but you need to know that since we're given M30, since it's an M30 bolt, then the first step is we are going to multiply 1.5 multiplied by 30. So 1.5 multiplied by 30 is going to give 45 mm. So it means the distance across flat. So the distance across flat for the hexagonal bolt head is going to be 45 mm. So now the circle you are going to draw is going to have a diameter of 45 mm. Then you now take your set square, use your 60-degree part of your set square, you draw this line here, same thing applies here, you draw this, then you turn it the other way around, and then you draw this as well, and you bring it down here, and then you draw this. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last side, the sixth side, so the sixth side, which is this line, is also going to be drawn perpendicular to this vertical line. So now you can thicken out the line so as to get the head of the plan view of the bolt. So with this, we've been able to get the hexagonal head. So the distance across this flat and this flat is 45 mm. So from this, we now move to the front view. We're expected to now draw the front view. So you then project lines from the plan, you project it downward so that we're able to get the front elevation. So you project those lines from those corners of the top view. So after projecting, you now have a reference line. So the reference line, this is the reference line. The reference line is also drawn perpendicular to this vertical line, or it is drawn parallel to this baseline. So now you can use any convenient distance, but I've used a distance of 10 mm here. So after 10 mm, you also measure another 10 mm here. So from this very base here, we are now going to draw the thickness of the bolt head. So now for you to get the thickness of the bolt head, that's going to be 0.7 multiplied by 30, and that's going to be 21 mm. So it means you are now going to measure 21 here, and then you also measure 21 here. Then after measuring 21, you now join. So from here to here is the head of your bolt head. Is the thickness of your bolt head. So now after the thickness of the bolt head, you now take your 60-degree set square. Then from this very corner here, you draw this line. The same thing applies here as well. From this very corner here, you draw this line. So the same thing the other way around. So the other way around, still using your 60-degree part, 60 part of your set square, you draw this line here, and then you bring it down here as well, and then from this point you also draw. So you take note of this meeting point, take note of this meeting point, take note of this meeting point, and then take note of this meeting points. So with this meeting point here, you draw an arc. The same meeting point, the second meeting point here, you draw another arc here. And then with this last meeting point here, starting from there, you also draw another arc. So now take note of the meeting point of these arcs as well. So you have one here, and then you have another meeting point here. So from those meeting points, you now have vertical lines downward. The same thing here, from this meeting point here, you're also going to have. So then this is the other one from this meeting point here. You then pick up your 30-degree set square. Then from this point here, you draw a short line here. So the same thing the other way around. You draw a short line here. So now you can thicken the lines. So now after thickening, you can see the thickness of the bolt head is out. You now take your roller again and then you join this point just tangential to this axe. You draw a straight line, and that is it. So since M30, 30 means the diameter of the external thread, so you measure 15 on your ruler and then you draw a circle to indicate the external diameter of your thread. So then you now project this downward. You then project lines from the external diameter. You project this downward. You also project this downward as well. So that means from the center line here, 15 this side, 15 this side. We've been given the shaft length as well to be 60 mm. So don't forget. So from here, from this point here, we're going to have 60. And then from this point here as well, we're going to have 60. And then we join. So now we need to get the internal thickness of the thread. So the internal thickness of the thread is gotten by multiplying 0.1 by 30, and that's going to give you 3 mm. So that's to say that the internal thickness here, you're going to have 3 mm here, and then you're going to have 3 mm. So all you need to measure is all you need to do is measure 3 mm to this line here, and then 3 mm to this line here. So also take note of the thread length. We're told that the thread length is 40 mm. So it means that from to this point here, we're going to have 40, and then from here to this point, it's also going to be 40. So this is going to be your thread length. You don't take your 60-degree set square and then you place it here from this internal line. You turn it the other way around, and then you have from this point as well, you also draw a short line here. So that's your 60-degree. So after which you now take your 45-degree set square and then you take a short line here. You turn it the other way around. Then you also take another short line there. So you should take note. At this edge we used 30-degree set square. At this edge we use 60-degree set square, but at the last edge here we use 45-degree set square. So now you take your ruler and then thicken the appropriate lines. So now after thickening the lines, the appropriate lines, with this we'll be able to get the front elevation, the plan. Note that the plan has these two circles. This is the external diameter of the thread, this is the internal diameter of the thread, using short dash line, because when looking at the top, when looking at the bolt from the top, you only know that there's a shaft there, but you can't obviously see the shaft. So that's why you can make it short dash line. So now you indicate all the given dimensions. So this is 30 degree, this 60 degree, this 45 degrees. So this is the thread length 40 mm, the shaft length 60 mm. From here to here is 21, and then the distance across flaps is 45 mm. So now in order to draw the side view, you only need to project lines from the front view. So just project the lines first.